Okay, what you're looking at is just Kendall in an upright posture. I'm going to have you open just your base of support just a little. We're going to get ready to do a straight bar curl. Okay, now once we connect it to a bar, it's a closed chain. It's going to dictate her range of motion. This is where we make our mistake. If we want to get into our carrying angle, which is the most optimal position, you're in an anatomical chart. Put your palms forward and just relax. Stay right there. Okay, what I'm going to do is, without you moving at all, I'm going to hand you this bar. Do not move. I'm just going to place it to exactly where your hands are. Okay, just hold that position. So what you're seeing right now is a carrying angle. This is the most efficient or optimal position, optimal position you can be in for the strength of elbow flexion. That carrying angle has to do with the humerus coming down and attaching to that forearm here. Okay, as her hands go closer together, she's going to get internal rotation of the shoulder girdle, and she's also going to put more stress on the olecranon, the hinge joint of the elbow. Now, a lot of people can't pronate like this, especially if you have anatomical barriers, if you have wider shoulders or lats or something gets in the way. So that's why they came out with the easy curl bar. But right now we're going to talk about a little bit about the straight bar. I want you to do 1 rep for me of a bicep curl. Okay, now in this position, notice, this is a rest. Now I can understand if you're going through a repetition range and you want to rest, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I'm going to show you the most beneficial way in a given window. I want her to stop down right about here. So I want to keep the stimulus on the bicep. Now in this position, it's going to want to throw her forward. I'm going to have you hip hinge just a little bit. Good. Hold that position. That's your strong position. Drop it down slowly, full range of motion, all the way down. Your ability to control the load. Pause. Exhale, flex, and hold. A little higher, right there. That's where I want you to stop every time. Okay, versus all the way up, where she can hold on to that all day because that's a rest, because load in opposition is going straight down. Okay, all the way down and relax. Now, what do you usually see during a bicep curl? As she starts to fatigue, as we start to fatigue, you're going to see shoulder flexion. I have a rule when it comes to biceps for hypertrophy. Where you start is where you stay. Okay, we're going to show you the incorrect way of what usually happens in a gym or a fitness center when we basically throw the weight up and use other muscles to help facilitate the movement to get to that end range. So during a repetition range, we don't want the anterior delt to kick in. Where you start is where you stay. So I'm looking dead center shoulder and I'm looking hip. Okay? So basically, this never moves. What I mean by that is it will never come forward. Okay? This will never rock forward. So I want you to elbow flex for me and hold right there. Hold, that's your strong position. So that never moved. So when we're doing a straight bar, we are in our carrying angle. Okay? We're going to flex and come up. We're going to stop here because this is loaded through the joint. Here's what you see. You start to fatigue and the shoulder lifts. Okay, you're coming in, you rock, and the shoulder lifts. And the shoulder lifts. We're going to try to get away from, come on in, Kendall. We're going to try to get away from the anterior delt helping out to facilitate the load in a risky position, because we don't want to create impingement and we don't want to flex the shoulder or the anterior delt. That's not the goal. The goal is elbow flexion. Stay tuned and we're going to go over some other things you might see with the straight bar that we can work on together to help support you doing it correctly. ExerciseBay.com, Kendall, Dave Parisi. We'll be right back.